I had a dream. I talk about a scary game and video game awards.
Well, I'm interested to hear that dream. That's going to be interesting. But along with the video game awards that Gray is talking about, we're also going to talk about what's to come with GG Rated this week. We got a special video coming out for Christmas for all the parents out there. So stay tuned later on this week. And we're also going to talk about some games that we have played this week leading up to Christmas. So stay tuned. We got an awesome show ahead. If you haven't, make sure you like, subscribe, and let's get it going.
Hello, welcome to GG Rated. We hope you enjoy the show. Now here are the hosts.
Yo, what's up, buddy? Welcome to GG Rated. I don't know why I'm talking like this, but it works.
Hey,
right,
I'm glad to be back another week, man.
Me too, buddy. We're still alive. Yay!
every day is not given, man. It's not given.
It's a gift. It's a gift.
And the gift we're going to give to all y'all is some video game news, because the Video Game Awards was just done this past week, a few days ago, I think 2 or 3 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And they had some huge announcements. So we was like, man, let's talk about it. We got a lot of things. Xbox killed it at the Game Awards. So let's talk about some of the releases.
I only got 3 words to say about the Video Game Awards. About the Video Game Awards.
3 words.
Those 3 words are all right. Matthew McConaughey was there, y'all, and he talked about a game he's in. You know what I'm talking about. And
so
it sounds
whenever you
pretty
talk
cool.
about that game,
I want to talk about that game.
I want you to talk in that voice.
Cool. all right, I will. I sure will. What's first on the agenda?
Excuse me. Had to sneeze a little bit, but
bless you, brother.
Thank you. Man, I say we start off with a little Hellblade 2 as one of the announcements that they announced. Xbox announced.
Wait, aren't we talking about what games we played and stuff? What do you do?
You want to talk about that first?
I mean, we usually do, but we can switch it up if you want.
Hey, let's knock out these game awards. That's what they're here for. Let's knock that out and we'll finish
go over the game awards.
Let's switch it up a little bit, man. I say we start off with Hellblade 2.
Okay.
Because they announced in 2020 when the Series X was announced at the Game Awards as well in 2020, Xbox announced Hellblade 2. They showed an awesome cinematic trailer. They actually released another trailer this time, and I believe they gave a release date. Don't hold me to that. But we do have that trailer here, so I kind of want to play it for you. Have you seen it yet?
I haven't played Hellblade 1, so I don't really know much about Hellblade 2.
Let's play it and check it out real quick.
I remember it having like really good visuals as far as her face and stuff. It looked really real. Really.
Oh, they do such a good job, man. Such a good job.
Yeah. So I can't hear the audio of it.
Are you watching the stream?
Yeah, well, you got OBS streaming. I don't have any audio there, bro. There we go. Now our listeners can hear the Hellblade trailer. Ninja Theory created it. Oh, really good atmospheric things. Who is that actress?
She's kind of like schizophrenic, you know?
Oh, so is she like in and out of her own mind, or what is this?
Yes.
What is this game about?
Yes. Have you ever played Hellblade 1? That's kind of what it is.
Was it good?
Oh, it's so good, dude. It's so good.
Is it on Steam?
It won a lot of awards. It is on Steam, yeah.
Oh, dude, I need to play Hellblade. Is it a fighting game, like you fight?
Yep, just like this.
Oh, holy crap.
Yeah, fighting and all that.
What the heck? So it's like a more hardcore, earlier in time version of Tomb Raider. It's kind of the vibe I'm
really
getting.
Good cinematics, man.
Yeah, crazy. Who is the actress? Is it
they
the same?
Won like best. I don't know who the actress is, but they won an award for like best audio and artistic view and all this stuff.
So it kind of looks like the actress from Alita Battle Angel. If you've seen that movie,
I have not.
Alita Battle Angel, great movie, based off of an anime. Yeah, this looks freaky, dude. It kind of reminds me too of the way the graphics are, giving me a Death Stranding vibe,
Oh yeah,
or even God of
a
War
little
series.
Tomb Raider, a little bit,
Yeah. Oh wow.
maybe a little bit.
So yeah, I thought this was a PlayStation title. I thought Hellblade was a PlayStation title. Is it not?
Oh no.
Okay.
It's
Well,
not
cool.
PlayStation. So I mean, that's going to be a huge game.
Yeah.
With Xbox and everything. But they've had some other ones coming our way, man, which I think is going to be pretty huge.
Mm-hmm.
What is a game? Go ahead and
Hellblade 2.
tell us about the McConaughey thing, because I'm dying to know what the deal is with that.
I'm trying to remember
Down
the
to
name
know.
of the game. So the game deals
Oh.
with time dilation. And
Well,
he
while
even
you're
talked about that.
looking that up, then
It's called
to
Exodus.
find out the Exodus.
Yeah, Exodus.
Let me see if I can. Does it have a trailer with it?
Yeah, it's got a trailer. It's a sci-fi RPG called Exodus.
Oh, I seen what you talked. I know which one that one is.
It deals with time dilation, and he said, and I know a little thing or two about time dilation because he dealt with that on the movie Interstellar.
I love that movie, man.
Oh,
That movie's
me
so
too.
good.
It's
So
on my
if y'all
top
don't know about
movies
Interstellar, just real quick, you should know about it first off.
Yeah.
But it's one of the top
Come on.
movies. I'm with Gray on that. We agree with that. It's one of the top
Love
movies
that
ever. But
movie.
there's so many ways to look at it. But Earth is ending. Like it's pretty much dying.
Yeah,
And
they
have
can't
to
really
find
grow
another
food
planet.
or anything.
Yeah. So each
They
resource
can only grow
is
corn.
Yeah, and that's starting to dwindle away at this point now too.
Mm-hmm.
So wheat's been gone, now it's corn, all this stuff. So, anyways, they got to find a new planet for their children and grandchildren and all that. So he decides to go upon this mission, and I'm not going to go all into it, but it's a great story about survival and the will of humanity and stuff.
Mhm.
And
it's
I
a
mean, it
Christopher
really
Nolan
pulls
movie,
at your
so
heartstrings.
you know it's good.
Oh yeah, but we got Exodus trailer on here, so let's check it out real quick.
Exodus.
Another space movie I see.
Yeah, dude. Anything space, I'm automatically in there. Like swimwear.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I love space movies.
I like the atmosphere. Lightning, it's like they're on a weird planet.
It looks
the
sweet,
lightning
right?
striking.
See, it makes me think. I kind of wish like Starfield would have been more like this.
Was a miracle.
Starfield needs
You
just a
know what
little
I
bit
mean?
more to go
It
for.
would be our salvation.
Huh?
Starfield just needs a little bit of help right now.
Yeah.
Humanity's
Like,
greatest
look at
enemy.
this. It looks awesome. I don't know about the aliens though.
This is it.
There's a lot of this that looks a little too generic.
Yeah. Ooh. Some alien just
impressive.
shot.
Yeah, so
It's
they're
kind of
in
like a
they're in
Halo
battle.
alien shooting at them, you know?
Celestials.
Yeah, it definitely looks good. I'm interested to see what the actual gameplay is like. 'Cause I don't know if this trailer's actually has any gameplay with it.
And I had to
So,
save her.
if you've seen the Exodus
I led them
trailer,
away from this world.
you know,
Away from her.
it doesn't really
Oh,
describe.
Both knew the
he's
cost
saving the
of
girl
losing
in the
the
trailer.
gates.
Yeah,
When you travel at light speed.
The girl's getting
time
away
slows
from all
to
these
a crawl.
aliens that's attacking them for some
and
reason.
he's talking about
Days for me.
when you travel
An
at light
entire
speed,
lifetime passed
it's
for
only
her.
days for him, and then back where she's at was a
And in
lifetime.
the chaos of those final moments, we never said goodbye.
No, come with me. Wait, please, Tom. I love you.
Yeah, so I guess she's
Ah.
already aged and died, and since he traveled
Wow.
at light speed, you know,
Our service,
he went
our sacrifice,
and time was different,
discovers
you know.
worlds.
Which is kind of like Interstellar, the same
Yeah,
kind of
it's
thing.
the same deal as Interstellar, where he's having to
Breaks
watch his
empires.
daughter age, and he's only been
Yep.
there for
We are the travelers.
like hours. Ugh, it's rough, dude. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
See? I don't know why they're playing this music all of a sudden. It doesn't really fit the trailer.
it does not.
It was all like this epic music.
It's all
and then-
mysterious.
yeah, that was cool.
So a little bit of
Become the
gameplay.
Traveler. So that dude, it's got the same thing as Starfield. It said become the Traveler. And aren't you called a Traveler in Starfield? I don't remember. I need to pick that game up again.
I know. We was at one point. I think at one point we was really into it, and then we kind of just got sidetracked. We get sidetracked a lot, man,
dude,
when it comes to these
it was
games.
The hype, I think, got me because I was like,
and then,
all hyped to play it.
And then I'm like sitting here playing Apex again, grinding a little bit, and yeah, I know.
I'm kidding. It's a fine game. It's fine.
But I mean, so that game, where was McConaughey come in at? Did he just announce the game?
Yeah, so at the Video Game Awards, he actually walked out on stage and he talked about it. He announced it.
So that's why it kind of fits. It kind of fits with that game, with the time traveling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That's good. Well, I'll go ahead and let y'all know my most exciting announcement for the Video Game Awards. And my buddy Baxter, y'all can look at one of our past episodes. He was a guest star on our episodes.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. One more thing about that game. He's actually in the game. I don't know where he's at in it, but he's actually a voice actor in the game. So that's kind of...
Oh, for somebody?
Yeah, that was the main hook of like him actually... He's in the game. I don't know where because I didn't really like notice him in the trailer, but yeah. Okay, carry on.
Okay.
Sorry.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I hope he says all right.
All right.
That's what I hope.
And he says something like, they keep getting older and I stay the same age. Yes, I do. And it actually fits the story of the game. You know.
Does he really say that?
No, but he should. Like he said that in the movie Dazed and Confused. So, but it would fit with this story, you know, because he's traveling at light speed and he isn't aging, but everybody else is because time is moving a lot faster there. So he could say that and it would fit.
If you can't realize, I'm more of like a photo memory kind of guy. So if you show me a cover of a movie or something, I might say, oh yeah, I've seen that before. Josh is the guy that he can literally, you give him a name, but oh, he was in this movie at this time with the title of the screen. You know, like he'll know exactly what the movie is. So he's definitely a big plus. All right, you know, but you know, some of the big actors like McConaughey and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, absolutely. But like, man, like when he was talking about the Hellblade 2, like, hey, who's that actress? I have no freaking clue, you know, but yeah. Gray, I guarantee he's going to find out or he's going to know who this actor is. So if y'all have any questions in reference to that, I'm going to refer it to Gray. But let's move on because I really want to get into my most exciting announcement along with my buddy Baxter that was on the show with us, Gray. It's called Visions.
He was great. He did a great job.
Yeah, it's called Visions of Mana. Baxter went over Sea of Stars, which was like a throwback, you know, love song is what he said in reference to these old RPGs, right? So I know you're looking at the actor. Everybody's seeing Gray kind of looking over. He's probably looking up to see who the actor is. But let's get into this trailer with Visions of Mana real quick, and let's just see what you think of it because I'm dying to get your opinion on this one.
Let's do it. Visions of Mana. All right. Getting some Pokemon vibes.
I'm pausing this. Let me ask you something. Gotta pause. Do you know what Secret of Mana is? Do you know about that
it's an RPG from back in the day, right?
Have you played it?
I might have played it for a few minutes.
It's one of the top RPG games of all time. Whenever when Baxter talked to us about the Sea of Stars, about how it's kind of like a throwback love letter to Secret of Mana, this is the game that was talking about. And it's like, I just have a feeling after this, we're going to play the trailer again in just a second, but I feel like they did this after they saw how big, they had to start it around the same time, obviously, but I feel like it's now going to be a hit more than ever because of how Sea of Stars was such a big hit, you know? So I'm very interested to see how this game goes. So let's check it out.
Let's check it out. Yeah, I'm getting Pokemon vibes off of it. As far as the...
Yeah, kind of art style.
Ooh, wow, though.
Yeah.
It looks like a beautiful environment. So, can you tell me a little bit about the first story from the first Secret of Mana?
It's been so long. I'll leave it to him. I played it so long ago. I just remember. Let's stick to this right now, and then we'll kind of go into the first one real quick. We'll go into it.
Okay, because I'm gonna guess as something to do with magic. You know, mana is your magic energy, I guess. I'm getting some Nintendo vibes off of this. So is this on Switch?
Yes, I believe it is going to be on Switch.
Okay.
I think it's going to be on all platforms.
Okay,
all
so it's going to be on everything.
Yeah.
Is it Square?
Yes, Square Enix.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Visions of Mana. This looks really good.
Yeah, see, it's on Steam, Windows, PS5, PS4, and all Xbox consoles. The reason I bring this up, and I know you kind of mentioned the first one, and I don't want to give out anything in reference to it. It's a Super Nintendo game, Secrets of Mana, and I can't remember all the details exactly, because it's been like what 20 years, 20 something years. But what I do remember with the game is just the atmosphere that they bring in the storytelling along with the RPG with the mechanics.
Right.
So as you can tell, it's very colorful, right? It's detailed on the Visions of Mana, and the first one was kind of the same way, especially with the hardware constraints that we had back on the Super Nintendo. So the reason I'm excited about it is the story was so kind of like I always judge it compared to Final Fantasy VII. That's what I judge it on, because Final Fantasy VII story till this day has everybody knows about the story and what happens, especially with Aerith, right? Poor Aerith. Oh, speaking of, just to show y'all real quick, as you can look, I had Secrets of Mana literally playing on Secrets of Mana playing on my Steam Deck over here. So
nice.
Yeah, I'll try to get that. I'll try to get that pulled up real quick.
I'm pretty sure I got that as well on my Steam Deck. If it's a Super Nintendo game, I'm pretty sure I got it. I might have to play it just to get ready for this game. So I'm guessing it's turn-based RPG.
Yeah, it's a turn-based. It's a turn-based RPG. I don't know if you can kind of see too much what's happening, but it's very simple, man. It's kind of like the Final Fantasy turn-based. Yeah. But you have the fight, you have turn and attack, and it's very basic, but it's the story is what was so great with it. So, like I said, I'm not going to spoil it because I know there's a lot of people going to go back and try to play the first one after they're coming out with Visions of Mana. But what I'm excited about is we love all the mechanics that comes with Secret of Mana, right? And what you can see in that bubble is like you're stopped and it's like turn-based, right? Is what it is. But on the old one, but on the new trailer that you just saw, it's like you're moving around and able to strike them at the same time. So you're not sitting still like Sea of Stars.
Yeah.
You're actually moving around a little bit.
So I wonder if it's like Ni no Kuni, if you've ever played that. It's an RPG, and the battle system is like you still choose what attack to do, and you just like hit a button to do it, but you can also run around a little bit. It's kind of a mixture. It's a really cool style of play that just makes kind of the combat more unique. So I wonder if Visions of Mana is kind of like that. I'm interested to see.
And Josh, I think that these days, especially with the younger generation, and I've kind of grown accustomed to it myself, is I really like the fact that you can kind of run around, give her more action type sequences, kind of like the new Final Fantasy VII remake. I don't know if you ever played that, but you don't sit there and it's not turn based. So you can run around and actually hit, and you just got to wait for your striking gauge, your action gauge to fill up. So I think that's the way to go. So you got something to do the whole time, and the Sea of Stars game still has their places because you can be chilling and just playing that, not worrying, taking your time and all. That's great. That's all great with the story. But I do like to have a little bit more going on when you're playing some of these games.
So do you have Final Fantasy on Steam, or do you have on something else?
I have Final Fantasy VII. I bought the collector's edition on PlayStation 4.
Okay.
So, on my PlayStation.
You're talking about the new one?
No, the Final Fantasy VII remake. Yes, not
Yeah,
the
yeah.
original, but the
So,
remake.
right. The remake
I
is the
had
one
that.
that I want to play.
I had the physical copy. If you have a PlayStation, I'll let you borrow it, but you can't take 20 years giving it back to me like the old one.
I know, right? I think it's still on my list on Steam to pick up when it ever goes on sale. But
Well, they got it now with the downloadable content integrated now as well.
what do you mean? Downloadable
So they
content?
have Final Fantasy VII remake, and then they came out with Intergrade, which has and I have her name off the top of my tongue or whatever. Anyways, I don't know, but anyways, she comes in and there's a little, it's a expansion pretty much to Final Fantasy VII remake. So that gets included with the game now. But see, it's not included on PlayStation 4. Like you have to get a PlayStation 5 to play it.
Included with what game?
Final Fantasy VII remake. That is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but what's
remake.
included with the remake? I don't understand.
The expansion pass. Like it's like an expansion pass.
Okay.
Yeah. And so you can get those two things now added together pretty much. It's together. PlayStation 4, you can only play the original story, not with the expansion that they did.
Yeah, okay. Can you not buy the expansion? It's only
not
on
for
PC?
PlayStation 4.
Okay.
It's on PC, PlayStation 5.
I see.
So the question is, the problem I'm running into is, do I wait a year or two for this new Final Fantasy VII remake part 2 pretty much, right? Coming out. Do I wait 2 years and play it on PC maybe, if it does come on PC, or do I get a PlayStation 5 and play it? And I feel like PlayStation's going to have me on this one. I think I'm going to have to buy a PlayStation 5.
I can't say much about that because the only reason I bought an Xbox back in the day was for Titanfall 1. So, I think that's a good enough reason to get a system if you really want it. If there's a game that's like, man, I really want to play that. These days, I don't know if I'd ever go back to the PlayStation universe. Probably when my son's older, he might want one, but by then everything might be on PC. I don't know.
Why would you not go to PlayStation though? What's the reasoning behind it?
Because I'm already integrated into Xbox and PC. I don't even really play my Xbox that much anymore. I'm on PC.
Yeah. I see, and I got rid of mine and I haven't missed it. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
And everything's on PC on my Steam Deck. I kind of want to keep it on one system,
I wish PlayStation, if they had like a portable handheld that was actually ran hardware, I might consider that because there's a lot of those games, like they have great games. It's the same deal with Switch. I mean, they kind of like keep things in their closed ecosystem.
Yeah.
I don't even have a Switch yet, but I'm
gotta
trying
get
to
one,
figure out how to get it emulated on my Steam Deck. There's a lot of hoops you got to jump through right now, but it's going to get
because you already own those games, right? Yeah.
I would buy them, dude. I would totally buy them. I would buy them in an instant.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Speaking of like old games and emulation and everything, the biggest announcement, what everybody's been talking about with the Video Game Awards, Josh, has been the Sega announcements. And I don't think you heard about this because you would have mentioned it to me.
Which one?
Have you heard about the Sega's new announcements?
No.
All right, so we're gonna watch this trailer real quick, and we're gonna see what you think about it.
I think I did hear something about this. This isn't a game that I played that much, though.
No, you didn't hear about it then. You did
Jet
not hear
Set
about
Radio, bro. Right?
Oh, no, the all 5 games? You're talking about
No,
all 5.
I just heard about Jet Set Radio. That's what I saw on there a second ago, and I was like, yeah, I think I heard about that, but
all right.
They got more coming. Are they remakes, I wonder?
Yo.
Sega made a huge announcement, guys. If you haven't watched this trailer, you need to watch it, especially if these old school 20, 25 to 38, 40 years old, you need to watch this.
All right.
They're on a couch, and it's like an earthquake. Skateboard goes missing.
Stuff's happening.
Viking helmet.
That was Golden Axe, probably.
Yeah, Golden. Yeah, that's what.
I played a lot of
Did you
Golden
set the game?
Axe.
Really?
Me too.
Plus, I think I have heard about it. I remember somebody saying something about Golden Axe.
Now you're remembering.
Yeah, now I'm remembering.
Oh, you hear
it's
the old
honest-
Sega?
Yeah. So is this just
Shinobi.
remakes, or are they the same game?
Yes. Look at this. All remake.
Oh, they're all remakes.
Yes, they're going back to the roots, bro.
Holy
Look,
crap.
Streets of Rage. Look.
Streets of Rage?
Shinobi.
Oh my gosh, dude. Yes,
2D.
sir.
Look at that.
Yes, sir.
Look, look at Golden Axe. Look
Bro,
at Golden Axe.
Let's freaking go.
3D
Yeah.
Golden Axe. Crazy Taxi,
Crazy
bro.
Taxi? Yes, sir.
Let's go. Hey,
Shinobi, Golden Axe, Streets of Rage. I'm in. I'll get them.
hey. And you see that very bottom line? And more, dude.
And more, yeah,
and
yeah.
more. So,
What's
what does
some
that
other
mean?
Sega games you would love for them to come out with? Oh man.
Well, they made an announcement and statement. Exactly what you're thinking is, man, they've been being held up by Persona, by Sonic, by what some other game. I forget what it is, but they've been held up from 3 games constantly over the past two decades,
Mhm.
right? So now they're saying they're tired of it. They're trying to go back to their roots, and they're remaking all these games. Like this is a whole lot. This is just 5 of many more
Right.
that they are remaking right now that we do not know about. So
That's
I mean,
cool.
they can either ruin it or this can be a whole new thing. I think that was the biggest announcement that everybody was really excited about with
Yeah.
Sega.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Well, so what is some other games for Sega that they can go back to? I mean, because
dude, I don't know.
I know mine's is on these 5 games now. Obviously,
So
I think
I know the
Golden Axe-
games that I played the most of on Sega was exactly those right there: Shinobi, Golden Axe, and Streets of Rage. I played those a lot,
What do you
especially
think about
like,
Golden Axe going 3D like that?
yeah, I see. I'm a fan of that. I wish they would do that with all of them. I saw them doing some sort of side-scrolling game. I'm guessing that is Shinobi. I wish they would turn that into a updated 3D game. Because Shinobi's awesome.
But
You
I
had
like
all kind of
Shinobi
powers
doing
that you
2D
use
though.
as a ninja, and yeah, but it would just be cool to like see it in a different light. I think.
Yeah, yeah. What was the other game? What was the other game? Ninja Gaiden. Remember, Ninja Gaiden was another one, and that's kind of like that 3D. So I think they wanted to go a little bit opposite, a little bit different than Ninja Gaiden, and that's why they're probably going the 2D route, kind of like a Hades and stuff like that. Well, I guess not necessarily a Hades, kind of like a Metroid, a Metroid game like that, Metro 2D
Yeah, like
game.
old school Metroid.
Yeah, they got a new one. Is it Metroid Prime? I think that they have that they came out with on the Switch. Which I know you don't have a Switch, but I had that game, and it's kind of like a 2D, just like that, man.
Okay.
Where you can jump on the wall and everything like that. So I think the 2D will actually be pretty. It would be something a little bit different to kind of keep its roots. But one of my favorite games I actually like playing, I don't know if you know this, is Crazy Taxi. I used to the
Taxi?
arcade, Crazy
Yeah, I was about
Taxi in the
to say,
arcade used to
there
get
used
me
to be an arcade
all the time.
with it.
Yeah, that was the best. That was one of the best games to play in the arcade. But
Was it at
they're
the arcade
reviving
in
all-
Dothan at the mall back in the day?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I think
There
so.
was that game,
And
and there
remember
was
they had
another
the-
game called Sniper Scope that was really
Oh,
fun
yeah.
that you played in the arcade. I
Do
played it
you
all the time.
remember? Do you remember Dance Dance though?
Yeah, Dance Dance
In the arcade?
Revolution. I love that
Yes,
game. Dude,
that's
it's
it.
awesome.
That's it. So if you give 20 subscribers, we'll try to find one and send Josh there. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Just to see him
that
dance.
would be, man, in the house we're at right now, we couldn't fit that mug in here. But in the future, man, when I have a shop and all that again, I would love to put a Dance Dance Revolution arcade cabinet in my home. That would be so
That would
cool.
be that would be insane. Speaking of going back in the day, getting that kind of stuff, I sent Josh. I saw a video on TikTok today in reference to the old Xbox LAN parties with Halo, and Halo
Yes,
2.
dude.
And this guy built a cabinet, and I'm gonna try to put this on the screen for y'all so y'all can see it. But he built a cabinet with 4 walls and 4 shelves inside that little square cabinet. Has 4 Xbox, just Xboxes, okay, in there,
Mhm.
and he has 4 TVs like some adapter that he puts on the top, and 4 TVs on each side. So a TV on each
Yeah.
side of the wall.
It was really
So
cool
you,
too because it's like a square. So there was a
yeah,
TV on each side of the square, so you couldn't really be a screen looker like we used to do back in the day
yeah,
because
no
it was
screen peeking.
angled away
That was
from
the
it. Yeah.
biggest thing.
But you're still beside each other, which is really neat.
But you know what's even more cool about it is the original Xbox has 4 ports on there. So even on the TV, you can have. So if for the younger generation that doesn't know what a LAN party is, all it is when you get an Ethernet cord, okay, and you will plug up that Xbox and run that cord throughout the whole house to another room or some other location to another Xbox. So both Xboxes are connected together. So when you got them connected together, then you can play multiplayer matches. That was before online and all that stuff. So we would have Josh, we've had a couple of those where we have like 12, people over at the house,
Yeah.
and they all bring their Xboxes and their TVs, and we'll all play these Halo 2 games on this LAN party. And what's the cool thing about that is on each TV, he has 4 TVs hooked up in that square. Imagine having 4 people for each TV on each square. So you have 16 people that can technically play there if you split that TV screen.
Crazy.
16 in that little small spot.
Crazy.
I think that's perfect, man, for 2023.
Oh, dude, that would be so sick. And speaking of which, this is funny that you sent me that because I actually fell asleep last night to a video by Linus Tech Tips where he was hosting like 100 people in his house to do a LAN party.
What?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Like, with what though?
I guess they were playing
the
all
Xbox?
different kind of games. No, they were all on PC, I think, and they were doing a LAN party.
Wow.
And he had like his own server room, and they were showing how they're like hooking it all up, how they're going to do the internet, how they have to get all the power done because it's like so many people. So they had to like try to get different folks on different circuits of the house so they didn't overload the power. It was really neat to kind of see what technology and what they had to do to get that to work. But could you imagine 100 people in your house, like a bunch of tables everywhere, just everybody playing games? That'd be so cool.
Dude, that would be, and you go all night drinking nothing but Surge and Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, there's another channel. He's called Nerd on a Budget, and every year he makes a video of a LAN party. Him and his friends, they'll like do it at different houses, but they have a big time LAN party where they're all playing on their PCs and they're all playing games together. And man, like I want to do that so bad. I would like to get a bunch of friends up.
Or
and
just
do a
even show the
legit LAN
kids,
party.
show the kids what that's about. You know,
Yeah.
being on the floor, like not being in front of the screen and playing with people across the world. Now that's cool too. It has its moments,
Sure.
but to be in the same house, order pizza,
Yeah.
grab you some Mountain Dew, some Coke, sit down, talk smack to you, the guy right next to you, man. You look, there'd be so many days. I'll tell you this: one of my most fondest memories, I just want to throw out there, is I'll go over to Derek's house, and we will play sports games, the Madden games, and I'll always get his mom's sweet tea. and every time I would score a touchdown on him, I would just pick up the glass. He used to get so ticked at me, by the way. I'll pick up the glass and I'll just drink the sweet tea a little bit. He'd be like, he was like, "Do you really have to take a sip every time you make a good play?" I was like,
That's
"Absolutely,
funny.
man, absolutely." But you wouldn't have got that if it was just me and him playing online from hours away or whatever. I was next to him. I can talk that smack. I can do that stuff.
Right.
Being next to him. Being the 2-player. On the game. So
Yeah, that's great.
But what do you? That's the pretty big announcements. I know No Man's Sky kind of made another announcement going back to the Video Game Awards.
Yeah.
They're showing off a whole new game. Like they're making Earth pretty much in their own vision, and they're saying you can scale the Earth completely, just like the size of the Earth. They're saying it's not going to be scaled down or anything.
Wow.
I don't know if you remember No Man's Sky. 10 years ago in 2013 announced at the Video Game Awards, and it was a complete failure at first, and now it just completely changed it around.
Oh yeah, everybody loves
Like
it
it's
now.
a really everybody loves it. Do you think they're going to end up the same way when they release this game, this new vision, or do you think they learned their
No,
lesson
I
the first
think
time?
that yeah, they've definitely learned their lesson because they were one of the first ones to get kind of canceled from that. Like to have all these things to come out like, hey, this is what the game is going to be, and when it actually releases, it's not that. But everybody thought that game was dead. They thought everybody hated it, but slowly they've been releasing free updates and they've won everybody over, and all is forgiven. Now, you still have people that do that. It was the same story with
Cyberpunk.
Yes, exactly. Cyberpunk 2077 was the same story. But
I need to
now
buy that
everybody
game,
loves
man.
that game. Like it's the same deal. But
I need you to buy that game. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, no,
So
like,
we can
I
play
played it before, but it's not multiplayer. Like it's
Yeah, I know. That's
Yeah.
what I love. I like those single
Oh,
player
you
games.
want me to
Well,
buy it so that you can have it on
I was,
Steam?
yeah.
I got you. Yeah, because supposedly it plays good on the Steam Deck.
It's 43% off. I appreciate it. Anyway, so
Right.
the something I can't believe I did not announce it at the very beginning, Gray, but and I keep saying the big announcements. Man, this Video Game Awards, it went on for a very long time. If they would have condensed it up, it would have been an awesome show. But I think Blade with Marvel's Blade got announced for Xbox. Xbox they're going at the same people, Arcane, that made Redfall. Unfortunately, though, so hopefully they can redeem themselves.
Yeah.
They are making Marvel's Blade, and it was a huge announcement because they are going up. I think they're going toe to toe with Spider-Man with PlayStation. Xbox needs that Marvel game that just sticks out, and
Yeah.
people are going nuts over this Blade. So I'm going to play that trailer real quick if that's cool with you.
Play
It
it.
may be it's just a cinematic, but
Yeah,
no gameplay. But dude, I'm super excited for this game. I love Blade.
I'm
So-
excited too. Isn't there Blade movie supposed to come out?
Oh, I heard. Yeah,
I
you're
heard
right.
so too. The original Blade 1 was so good.
And I forget Bethesda is going with it.
So I played Blade the video game on like PlayStation 2 maybe,
Yeah.
and I remember it being really cool. There
I'm
was
so
really
glad they're
cool
going back
effects
to it, man.
When you killed a vampire, they would turn into fire and stuff. It was a really cool effect. You had guns and a sword and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, these cinematics are next level though. Like,
They are.
golly, talking about smooth.
I love this part right here.
Uh-oh.
He cuts himself with the blood.
Uh-oh. Don't do that. And then he's gonna use it on his face. That's gross, bro.
Relax, man. I don't bite.
He said, "Relax, man. I don't bite."
Oh, so that's Blade.
Yep.
Lock up tight now.
What?
Night's just getting started.
Okay. So, all right.
What you think?
I think it's cool. I don't know why he's got a revolver. That's a little. So my head is stuck with Blade movie with Wesley Snipes. Like, that's a cool looking Blade.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know
Like,
about this
Blade
Blade.
is
to be
Wesley
honest.
Snipes, kind of like Tony Hawk, kind of like Tony Stark is with Iron Man, right?
Yeah.
I don't know the actress's name. I forget his name. If you say it, I know it. Who's Tony Stark?
Ben Stiller is Tony Stark.
No, it is not. I do know Ben
No,
Stiller.
no. It's Tom Cruise is Tony
It's
Stark.
not Tom
Iron
Cruise.
Man.
Good try. You still
He
trying.
was almost
Like,
though. He was almost Iron
He
Man
was
back in the day.
He was. He was. But for real, do you know the name of?
Yeah. It's Hugh Jackman is Iron
It's
Man.
not. I'm gonna throw this at you, even though I can't across. The...
Oh,
See, I told everybody that you helped me out with that side, and here you go, just like throwing out names, like so serious too. You're like, yeah, it's Hugh Jackman,
yeah.
Wolverine over here. you know,
Is Iron Man.
everybody is thinking that you really don't know now. So
That's
I'm sorry I
totally
led y'all in the
fine.
wrong direction, guys. I'm sorry.
totally
I'm sorry
fine.
I led y'all wrong. I
That's
led y'all to the
totally
water,
fine, but you
and
don't
then
know.
Josh said, "Don't drink it."
Woo, you don't know who Iron Man is. Boo.
Well, not yet. Not yet.
I can see you googling. Who is
No.
it? Who is it? What's his name? Do you got it
I don't
yet?
know. I'm just waiting for you to tell
Full
me.
cast and crew.
Oh, it wouldn't be Robert Downey Jr.,
Robert
would
Downey Jr. Yeah, I totally did not remember. It was on the tip of my
I'm
tongue.
glad.
I could see his
glad I
face, but I was like, oh, Robert
I'm
Downey.
glad I told you. Glad I told you.
That's
But man,
funny.
that's pretty much the big announcements for the Game Awards, man. What you been playing this week, though, man? You been playing any other-
Hey, you just hold on 1 second. You just hold on.
Game not over.
So we're going to talk about what games we've been playing this week. And of course, I got the go-tos that I play with my son. We roll through maybe a little bit of Minecraft, a little bit of Gang Beasts, a little bit of something. He's been playing Breath of the Wild. I got one of my old monitors up here, and I do have a new monitor arm that I set up on my gaming desk over here with the Steam Deck so that he can experience the Steam Deck. But as far as me, last night I played a game with my buddy Daniel, and it's actually free till Monday. So we're recording right now, it's a Sunday. So the game might be free tomorrow and then it might end, but the game is GTFO. And I would explain it as the vibes I get off of it are that of like Metro Exodus. So it's like Russian bunkers and stuff that you're going into. And you got different missions to do. On this particular mission, we had to find a person that was in one of these rooms, and it's neat because you're using a team and you're exploring these bunkers, and there's these monsters down there that respond to light. So you have a flashlight you have to turn off. They respond to noise. So you have to kind of sneak around them. And if you alert them, they start glowing, and, a bunch of them can swarm around you. And you have different weapons and stuff. It's basically like a horror shooter team strategy game. So one thing I thought was really cool is to access a terminal, you actually had to put in prompts that you would if you were using a terminal to code something. So if you needed to find
what do you mean?
So there was a particular card that I needed to open up a door. So it gave me the number to that key card, and I had to put in a terminal. I had to say query key card _2953 or whatever. So you actually had to type that in and hit enter, and it would search the bunker and it would tell you what room that was in. And then you had to go try to find that room so you could get the key so that you could open up this other door to continue your mission. So there was a lot of looting. There was a lot of trying to find different items so that you could get to another place.
Is that like a kind of like a Resident Evil? I know you play a lot of Resident Evil games. Is it kind of like that same thing?
No, this is its own thing, man. It's different because you're working as a team and you have different weapons and stuff. Like when you open up certain doors, an alarm will go off and you have to defend that point until the door can be unlocked. So you have to go stand in a spot, and everybody might have a turret you can put down so that you can defend the swarm until the door unlocks. And you got to find ammo, you got to find like med packs. So with that aspect, I would say it's kind of a lot like Resident Evil, but also if you played the new it was Aliens Marines.
We played a little bit of that.
Yeah, so it was kind of like that too, but this one was a lot slower and kind of more hardcore horror. Really good lighting, like the dark areas were dark, and if you saw a monster You could turn off your light, and then you had glow sticks you could throw out so that you could kind of like find your way. And if the monster starts glowing, then you need to stop and be still until it kind of calms back down so that you can sneak around it. It was really cool like that. And it required you to talk with your team too and be like, hey, there's a monster here, you need to go around. That aspect
kind of like
it was
we was
fun.
doing on 0 Hour. I know it's a very tactical game, but
Yeah.
it required a lot of communication.
Yep, it was
but in
more
a different kind of
tactical.
atmosphere.
Yeah, definitely a slower game. Like, we went through this level and we finally got the key card to unlock the door, and we were probably playing about an hour. Like, this was a long mission, and we finally got to that door and we started to open it up, and we got swarmed and we died. And it was like, all that was just for nothing. It was like brutal.
No.
Yeah,
No.
so it was a really cool game to try out. Not necessarily one I think I'm going to play a lot more because it really works with a team, and it's these days it's kind of hard to find a whole team that's going to play a game together, but it was definitely a fun experience.
Every day too.
Yeah, exactly. But it was definitely a fun experience. I do not regret my time playing it. It was cool to try it for the free weekend. So
And
that was my
what's the
game
name of the
week.
game again?
It's
Is
called,
it GTFO?
GTFO. I played it on Steam.
And it was the free weekend, so now it's not free on Steam, guys. I don't think, right? I think the trial is over with now.
No, like it said it was free till Monday, so that'll be tomorrow.
Okay.
But this is coming out Monday, so
that's true. So by the time y'all hear this,
it probably
it
won't be out. GTFO, it's
if you're on Twitch though, you
it's
got
only
time.
$23.99.
Okay.
So you can play it right now. So it ends in 14 hours. So yeah, by tomorrow it's going to be done.
Guys,
so sorry guys.
If you listen to us on Twitch, live,
there you go.
You get this information right now, and you can hop on right now and get you some playtime in, for free. But that would be something we might have to check out along with. There was another game that you wanted me to try out as well. That was on a free weekend kind of, but that's pretty cool, man.
It was neat.
You was playing with your buddy Daniel a little bit on that game, right?
Yeah, Daniel. He's gonna be on the podcast soon. But me and him have been playing.
You convinced him to get on the podcast. Huh?
Oh yeah, we kind of talked about
it
a bit last night, and we need to try to figure out what would be the best for him to talk about.
Listen here. Whatever you need to do, whatever money that you need, okay? Sign the papers, get the papers in, and you come back to me. Okay, we'll make it happen.
10-4, I'll get my people to talk to your people.
We got to get Daniel on this thing.
Yeah,
man, I just been playing. Honestly, just a lot of Sonic Frontiers.
Right.
Because honestly, I wanted to catch up to you because I know you was a little ahead of me, and I get to the end. I finally got to become Supersonic, which is like one of my favorite things ever to do, and face this giant Titan.
That was sweet,
and it was
right?
awesome. It was awesome, man. And
cool.
but then I'm like, oh, did I beat the game? That's a typical Sonic game. It's pretty small, pretty quick. You beat it, and then it's like 5 other islands you have to go to. And I'm like, okay, let me save this. I'll come back to it in a little bit. And I was like, man, I put in all that time. I mapped 95% of that first island.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, man, I did pretty much everything on it. And now I'm going to the second island and starting all the way back over. So I'm kind of a little demotivated now.
I know. The next island is the desert, I think. And the first island
make me
is
more
what
demotivated.
Yeah.
You know what you said to me?
Yeah.
You know what you said?
Uh-huh.
I go, great. There's 5 islands. He's like, yeah, I'm on the second one. It's like a desert. There ain't nothing really there. I'm like, really? Like,
yeah, because so when that game was gonna come out, the trailers mainly showed the first island, and like I thought that's what it was gonna be, mainly that one. But there's probably some pretty cool environments to discover. It'd be neat to progress through.
I beat every Sonic game, so it's gonna happen. I'm gonna beat it.
Got to. It's a fun one to hop in and out of too, though. I mean, like it is a fun game. It's just different than any other Sonic game that they've had. While still having a lot of things that are in the other games, like when you hop in the portals, Like you're basically in one of the old Sonic games again. And it's like, okay, this is familiar. This is something that's fun and I'm used to. And then when you hop out of that, you're in this open world that's like Zelda. Like it's
But
really
the speed that you can go on that game,
Yeah.
it's so fluent. It's so nice when you're turning. Like the controllers are really, they did the controllers really good on Sonic
It's
Frontiers,
got great
and
controls.
the blue blaze and stuff like that. I
Mhm.
think it's a great game, man, and I recommend it to anybody that wants to play it on the Steam Deck. I know we talked about it a little bit on the podcast before, but just to kind of throw out there, it's not going to be on our list. But what we're about to talk about is we got this video coming out in the next few days by Wednesday, trying to help out all of these parents. We have a lot of friends and family that might need some help picking out some games for their kids for Christmas, some video games. So we get a lot of questions from people off air in reference to what game should I get for my kid? What will be a game that I ain't got to worry about the profanity and stuff? And Sonic Frontiers is a great game for that, but it's not going to be on our list. I think we got plenty of other better options or greater options as well, but that can definitely be another great game to pick up if you're able to. But I mean, what do you got to say in reference to everybody in reference to what we're going to be doing in reference to that video?
Hold on, my wife is turning the lights on and off.
I saw that. I was like, man, your RGB is going
It's
crazy
going
over there.
nuts. That's a good one to leave on, honey. Thank you. That's okay. What was the question? Stop it. What was the question again?
I'm looking at Gray's camera, and literally he's going like,
It's like a rave up in here.
brown. Yeah. If he started dancing, I was going to think something's wrong with him. You know.
Yeah. Honey, why don't you come in here and say hello on the podcast? This
There
is
you
my
go.
wife, Raven.
She's the one that makes everything happen over
Yep,
here. No.
Come on in here. Come on in here and say hello.
Hey, put down the cue cards that you was holding
Come
for
here.
him, and come on.
Come here. Hi.
Which camera?
It's right there.
Hi.
Hey,
This is my
Raven.
wife. Hello, wife.
You want to say hey to
Talking
the people?
microphone.
Hello.
Oh, okay.
She said,
I'm gonna have to end this podcast.
I know. Anyway,
This
what
is
y'all
my
don't see
dog
is
too.
that
Ellie, come
she
here.
is turning as red as that candy apple.
Look, I got my doggy right here too. Hey, puppy.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And what's the name of the
Yeah.
dog? What's the name of the dog?
Ellie, Mae.
Ellie, right?
Yes, Ellie. Mae.
Ellie Mae.
Sweet girl.
Sweet girl.
Yeah, guys. So if you don't know, guys, we have I know mine's in the other room and stuff, but we with our kids and family and all that, we can't say enough. Letting us get up every week. I do want to throw that shout out there. Letting us spend an hour just talking to y'all, giving y'all some news, giving y'all our advice on these games, and talking about the fun stuff we get to do. And it's something we don't talk about too much, with that. But without the support system, having even my wife Ashley, my daughter Addie, and my son Shep, we wouldn't be able to do this, honestly.
Right.
So I do
Speaking of
give
the
it out
Sheps,
a shout
dude.
out to them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well said. Speaking of the Sheps, so we both have a son named Shepherd. And we're going to get them on soon to talk about their favorite games. I think that'd be really fun, especially for them to look back on years from now and be able to say, hey, that was me when I was 5. Like, that's weird. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
It's cool.
So we both have them. They're around 4, 3 and 4,
Yeah.
4 and 5.
Mine's about to turn 5 this month.
Yeah. So the age group, what we're going to do with this video that we'll keep talking about is we're going to break it down to age groups. So we've got some really good picks for that 4 to 7, right? And then we got age group 8 to 12, and I have a 13-year-old as well. So we're going to do 13 to 16, and then just 16 plus. Because if you're at 16 playing video games at this point, you've probably seen some stuff and know some stuff already.
Yeah.
Especially in these schools these days. You probably already know a lot of these adult games as it is. So we're going to give recommendations for 16 plus as well. And then anything other than that is going to be mature rating. So we're not going to even throw that in there. We're going to keep this family friendly. And we're gonna get some great recommendations. But y'all stay tuned. Keep track of our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. Stay up to date. Ring that ding-a-ling bell, right?
I ring that
And-
ding-a-ling bell. I
to
could talk
give y'all
about my
notification
dream.
as soon as we go live.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah, because we almost forgot again.
No, we're about to
in
forget
reference
it
to
again.
dream.
Oh, so it was just funny because I was going to talk about it last week because it was fresh on my mind. I think the day before that I just had the dream, and I just remembered this dream. I just thought it was funny. This is like a fun place for us to just talk and talk about stuff. But so I had a dream the other night that I was standing by my vehicle. I got a Bronco. And
It's a great dream, man.
One,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
One of my supervisors from work walked over, and my Bronco was dirty, like on the inside, and he got out a water hose and just started spraying it, like just started dumping water inside my Bronco.
What?
And I was like, "What are you doing, man?" And he's like, "I'm cleaning it," and I'm like, "But it's carpet, like you're just spraying water in my Bronco," and he's like, "No, it's fine." And I was kind of sitting there and I was like, what is happening right now? Because I was almost at the point where I was like, wait a second, am I dreaming? Like, what's going on? I was so confused. I was like, how can he think that that's okay to do that? Like, I guess
So
it's
I'm
got
waiting.
drain
I'm
plugs,
waiting
maybe.
to hear about how bad you hit them or what.
No, I didn't do it. I just kind of stood there and I was like, what do I do? And then that's when I think my brain was like, hey, buddy, you're dreaming. And I was about to realize it. And then I think I woke up and I was like, that was so weird. And I was like, I got to tell somebody about this. It was funny.
No, usually these dreams, what they say, and I'm not a dream professional, no, a dream catcher over here, but
Dream catcher.
they say that those mean something when you do these dreams, though. Like
Yeah,
they
I think sometimes they do, especially, for the believers out there, prophetic dreams, I think that's a real thing. And I think God does speak to us in dreams. And I think also they can just be something that you ate too. So I don't know.
I was about to say, did you read the Bible and then read a Bible in your Bronco and think that Jesus is watering your
maybe
watering your grass?
Maybe it
has something to do with that.
Jesus is the wellspring of life and he's watering my Bronco.
What is that?
Wait, Bronco? Jesus on a white horse? The connections, bro. There's a little kind of connection.
Shazam.
Shazam is not real. It's Kazam. Got you. You have been served, sir.
But no, that was pretty interesting, man. We have some terrible dreams. Just remember, guys, if you're dreaming and you do hit the ground from falling, that's usually not a good thing. You probably won't tell us about it. But just remember, if you always wake up before you hit the ground.
Bro, I've hit the ground before in my
No, you
dream.
have not.
I swear
No,
I
you
have.
have not.
I promise.
So
I have.
So you're not really Josh then.
Yeah, I'm just, I'm a ghost. No, I legit hit the ground and I remember I was like I couldn't move. And I was like, oh no. And I woke up and I was fine. So.
Really? You're still on the ground right now. This is all a dream.
My dad, dude.
Right now.
So he talked about before jumping, like he had a dream that we were all in a wagon, like a horse and wagon back in the day. And he woke up and he dove off the bed into the wall, diving after us because he dreamed that a wagon went off of a cliff and he was diving in after us.
Your dad literally can say he'll run through the wall for y'all. And that's so cool. He's so cool. He's like, I want you to know I would do this for y'all. And I believe it too. Your dad would. Your
Dreams
dad
are
would
weird. Yeah, that's so crazy. And I remember after I had surgery, I was on all kind of drugs and everything as far as painkillers and whatever else they were giving me. Yeah. And I remember waking up in the recliner and I thought in my head, because I was so confused, I thought I was in a hotel and I thought I was on a basketball team traveling to go play. So I woke up in my house, but I thought I was in a hotel and I thought I was a basketball player. And I was so confused and I was like, wait a second, who am I? And then I said, hello, because I didn't know who was there. And then slowly it came back to me, and I was like, "Wait a second, I'm dreaming, but I'm awake."
What if
It was
what if
weird.
Raven came up to you right at that moment, right at that very moment, and she comes up to the behind you, whispers in your ear, and she goes, "You're in the game."
Yeah, I'd be like, "What's happening? My reality is crumbling before me."
Get off the bench, make the shot. It's your time to shine. You know,
I'm Batman. I'm like, what?
I'm Batman.
What's happening? Anyways,
But
hey, if you want to write us, if
hey.
you want to ask us questions, comments, anything, you can reach out at ggratedchannel@gmail.com. Thank you.
all right. Let me find this this ending music real quick, and we'll get this thing on the roll, man. And
Get it lit, bro.
guys, like you said, you heard the email. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure to like, subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so whenever we do go live, you'll be able to hear us as well. Let me try to. There we go. There she is.
All right. Hey, thanks for listening to GG Radio, y'all. One thing about this podcast is I keep getting older.
All right.
And y'all stay the same age. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. All right.
Guys, thank you for stopping in. Be sure to check out our video being released later this week. If we don't talk to you, make sure you have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see y'all right after. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping in.
Later.